The people that have supported my business are people I never thought would support my business. But because when I meet people, I pay attention. I have conversations. I want to get to know them, right? When I talk to my clients, I'm not just talking to them about retirement planning. I need to know what they're doing. I need to know who their children are, what plans they have.
Hi, everybody. Grady Polson. Welcome to the America Agency. So you said from finding clients, because you don't buy leads. So it's all warm market. It's all community, right? So from Facebook groups, live videos, churches, community events, you got 1, 2, 3, 4 others, some starter things. What are some other things that you would advise these agents to start to tap root in their community to find and assert themselves as the insurance agent in their surrounded market?
You have to be very deliberate in everything you do, You're on call. It doesn't matter where you are, you're on call. So everywhere I go, I'm having a conversation. I'm genuinely trying to get to know people. Okay. I want them to remember my face. I want them to remember my name, right? So if I'm at a baby shower, I'm gonna make friends with 2, 3, 4 mothers that we can have coffee next week, and I'm gonna tell them what I do, right? Okay. So if I'm at a wedding, I'm having a conversation with 1, 2, 3 people, right? And it's more, I feel what we do is important, that we need to spread the message to everybody. Whenever somebody dies, I ask myself, did I do my job? If they died without life insurance, did I do my job? Did I have a chance to go to their church? Did I meet them? And I've had friends that either lost somebody and I had not educated them, or I've had friends that I found crippled and I didn't tell them that they could get accident protection. And I beat myself up. I wish I told them about it and they did nothing about it, right? So everywhere I go, it doesn't matter if it is a wedding, if it is a birthday party, if it is a church, I'm trying to get to know who the leadership is, and I'm trying to tell them what I do.
So what are your opens? How do you, I'm an insurance agent. Are you protected? Or do you had a line about, are you saving for retirement or for college for your child? Like, do you have 1, 2, 3, 4, you got your few lines that, I'm going to try this one on this, that's what people are like, what does she say? All right. What are the magic words? And you're probably like, I just say hi and I talk to people, but we all kind of need like a baseline. What is a couple good opens that you start with?
So let me talk about religious leaders, because for me, that's a good ground, because that is where a lot of GoFundMes go. They go to church. So I approach the church leadership and I say, hi, my name is Bilha, and I protect families. I like to say I protect families, because that is something that's a very, it's not an intimidating way to introduce yourself.
Sure.
I protect families, and I don't know if you've had cases in your church where members have had to come to the church for help because they suffered a chronic illness and the church had to come in and support, right? And I have a plan that costs $100 or less, where we could protect each and every church member so that if something like that happens, then the member is better supported and the church doesn't have to carry the burden of GoFundMe for this person, And the fact that I say protection and then I say $100 or less, and for me, $100 or less is very important, because it disarms them that I'm not here to ask for half your paycheck. Right? And I feel most people can afford $100. And I ask, do you have a platform where I could speak to them? Do you want to give me 5 minutes after service? Do you have a day when I could come and say something? Right? And if it is an employer, for example, I know you've hired 20 staff members. Do you find yourself having to support their families when something happens to the staff member? Because you could get insurance for all your employees so that the burden doesn't fall on you when they have an accident, or when they, I have a pitch for every situation, right?
So church,
And even
employer. Now, yeah, okay. This is this is fantastic. So,
and this is like, say, a group of ladies, and we are seated somewhere, and there'll be galley conversations. You know, there'll be galley conversations about retirement, and I'll talk about you know, women like to talk about different things.
sure.
Women like to talk about menopause. Women like to talk about breast cancer, for example.
Sure.
And if there's a health-related conversation, I'll talk about cancer right now, because I can tell you for sure right now, there's a crazy increase in breast cancer amongst women. And women ask each other, have you done your mammogram? And I'll talk about how many women are calling me with a breast cancer diagnosis, and I'll ask, hey, have you got checked recently? And do you have insurance? Should you come down with something and you had to seek treatment for 2 years? Do you have something? Because for 100 or less, you can protect yourself, you know, so that should you ever find yourself needing to seek treatment, or you had a growth in your body and you didn't work for 2 years, then you get income replacement. I take a chance to throw it in any level of conversation. Oh, these are kids having a good time. It's a birthday party. Hey, do you have a college plan for this one? This one is 300,000 for college. I have a plan. You can put $50, 100, you know. So you can throw it into all sorts of conversation. And especially children are a very easy way to introduce yourself to people, you know. Yeah. And I like to tell people, I have a plan that helps you save for college for these ones, you know. Beautiful girl you have right here. I have a plan that can help you save for. Are you doing something for them for college? I mean, most parents people love their children more than they even love themselves. So yeah. If I am breaking the ice with a conversation about your child, I compliment you on how pretty she is, beautiful dress, and I tell them, you know what, I'm taking out my card as I speak, right? And I'm handing them a card, and I'm like, guess what? I have a plan that can help you save for college for your children, you know. Maybe we can have a conversation for 100 or less. You can do something for these kids so that they don't have to take out loans when they get to college, right? So if you know what your product does, because our products provide solutions for challenges people are living through, right? Children are graduating with what, 100,000 in debt? I wouldn't want that for my son, but what am I doing about it right now so that he doesn't have 100,000 in debt by the time he graduates? So would I share that with another mother at a birthday party? Of course I would. I would ask them, what are you doing? Even if they don't call me, they'll think about it tomorrow and remember that I talked to them about it. Hey, what were you saying about that thing? They will call me 2 years later. I've had people call me 2 years later, you know. So what you're doing is that everywhere you go, you're planting seeds, you're sharing your card, you know. I once saw a real estate agent that walked into a party, and that impressed me. He walked into a party and said, first things first. He went around giving everybody his business card. Then he sat down and asked for whatever, you know. And I thought, wow, that's very brave. Because I had been there like 3 hours and nobody knew what I did for a living, right? He, standard, wherever he walks in, he just gives cards before he sits down. Somebody might be shopping for a house and he's right there. So everywhere he goes, he's giving his card. So you're planting seeds everywhere you go in small ways. It's like a fisherman. What do you do when you go fishing, right? You don't sit in one place and keep throwing your rod in one location. You throw different, you know, you don't know where you could get a bountiful harvest. So you're planting seeds everywhere you go. You're doing something on social media. You're doing something with a church. You're doing something with a girls group. If I see something on Facebook that there's women that are having something, I want to go to that thing. I want to know who the leadership is. And I want to know if they have vendors. I'm always asking, do you have vendors? Can I put a table and talk to people? Can you give me a chance to speak? Can I sponsor your event? Right now, I'm in a place where I say I can sponsor an event in exchange for 5 minutes. I want the stage. Yeah. Before, I think the most I could afford was a table in an event. I think they charge $500 for a table, still cheaper than Leeds.
Sure.
I would pay $500 and set up a table in an event, and you know, people would walk by and I would tell them what I do. But right now, if I see an event happening, I'm calling the number and I'm saying, hey, I would love to sponsor this event in exchange for 10 minutes on stage. And I want to talk about retirement planning and protection and things that are important for the community. They might say no, and then they might say, next year, call us next year. We already have a full, schedule. Whichever way, knock 3 times, the 4th time you get a yes. Knock 3 times, the 4th time you get a yes. So you keep knocking. Like right now, I'm looking to network with other professionals in the community, and it's working very well. I have a doctor who is sending me clients this week because I invited him to speak in a conference I was speaking in. He's a Kenyan doctor. So I invited him to speak in a conference I was speaking in, and people were so impressed that they said they'll make him their PCP. And so when people go to him, he's asking them, do you have health insurance? And I can send you to Bilha. Bilha got you on that. So now me and the doctor are sending each other clients back and forth. I have my mortgage lender who we work together, right? And when he sells a house, he asks them if they have insurance. They have, okay, fine, we got you a house, but you might want to talk to Bilha about protecting this house should something happen. And he's sending me people, and I'm also sending, when I'm talking to people, I'm not just an insurance agent. I ask them about whatever plans they have. Do they have home ownership plans? So do you have a mortgage lender? I can hook you up. I'm talking to them about estate planning, right? I mean, you have 2 million in life insurance. Do you have a trust? You don't want this money to go to an 18-year-old. They'll blow it. So I'm going to go find an attorney. Or I have an attorney I can refer you, and then the attorney is like, I cannot give you a cut legally. I'm like, I don't want a cut. I just want you send me people. Let's trade clients. The same way I'm referring people to you. Could you refer people to me for life insurance? Could we have coffee and I tell you what I do, and see if you can have these conversations with some of your clients, and then we can, CPAs, same with the CPAs. I have a CPA that sends people to me, and I send people to him. So networking is about building relationships. And the thing with building relationships is you're in control. You can target high network people. Leads is, okay, I'm going to buy leads and see what comes out of it, right? Right now, I think there's target advertising where you can target people of a certain network. But with leads, you kind of have more control because you know the community, you know who the people that matter, who are the CPAs, the attorneys, who are the realtors in that, because those people know people, right? The lady that came to put up a security system in my house told me I'm in $1 million homes every day. I was like, sit down, ma'am. We need to talk. Yeah. And I'm going to recruit her. And if I don't recruit her, I'm going to get her to get me to those homes she's going to, right? So everybody, if you're alert, everybody has a network behind them. People matter. And that's why I tell people, your network is your network. Who are you hanging out with? Is the person you're hanging out with wasting your time? Or is the person you're hanging out with going to be a lead to your next big deal or your next big market? So you got to be deliberate. And that's why they say if you hang out with 10 millionaires, you're the next. If you hang out with 10 people who don't know what they're doing, you're probably not going to be better than them. So you kind of become very strategic in the networks. And I tell people, build good relationships, because my business has been built by relationships. The people that have supported my business are people I never thought would support my business. But because when I meet people, I pay attention. I have conversations. I want to get to know them, right? When I talk to my clients, I'm not just talking to them about retirement planning. I need to know what they're doing. I need to know who their children are, what plans they have. And if I can refer them to somebody that can help them with something else, then I'm building value through that. People call me for things and I'm like, why are they asking me for a criminal attorney? I'm not even, but that's how they see me. Yeah. You know, people, find somebody for me, Then I have to go read reviews and call them up and say, oh, try this guy.
Become a connector. The connector guy always gets paid. So, because this is just exceptional, Bilha.